My name is Crina Baltag. I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, associate professor in international arbitration and dispute resolution at Queen Mary University of London. I have the honor of delivering the Roebuck Lecture on the 18th of June 2026 on the topic Revisiting the Paradox of Trust, Disclosure and the Changing Dynamics of Impartiality in International Arbitration. I chose this topic because disclosure is at the core of how we understand impartiality in international arbitration. But that relationship is changing. With the English Arbitration Act 2025, with the revision of the IBA guidelines on conflict of interest in international arbitration in 2024, disclosure is no longer just a safeguard, it is being redefined. So the real question today is not simply what must be disclosed, but how disclosure itself is reshaping our understanding of impartiality. Disclosure used to function as a stabilizing mechanism because its scope was relatively predictable. Nowadays, it is dynamic and it is context dependent. Arbitrators must disclose not only what they know, but also what they ought reasonably to know. But crucially, this isn't on arbitrators alone. For instance, under the IBA guidelines, parties are also expected to act through reasonable inquiry and by disclosing relevant relationships themselves. So disclosure has become a shared, evolving obligation. Data ubiquity is a double-edged sword. More information can strengthen accountability, but it also makes impartiality more contestable. The issue is no longer what exists, but what could have been found, inferred, or constructed through further inquiry. The challenge is that data ubiquity blurs the line between what is accessible and what is reasonably discoverable. And this risks turning impartiality into a retrospective exercise in searching and interpretation of data. More transparency doesn't always mean more trust, and more disclosure can sometimes generate more doubt. The key is not simply more information, but proportionate and principled boundaries for both arbitrators and the parties. This is why the subjective test of disclosure and the objective test for challenges of arbitrators have been generally accepted. Impartiality today is not on arbitrators alone. It is shaped collectively by arbitrators, parties, counsel, and arbitration institutions. Disclosure is part of that ecosystem. It is not the whole solution, yet it remains essential. But if we are not being careful, the very tool designed to protect trust might unsettle it. And this is what I'm hoping to explore during the Roebuck Lecture.